For most of us, who we are now is a different person from who we were 5 years ago. And 5 years from now, we will become a different person from who we are today. That person can be worse off or better off, but the change itself is pretty much inevitable. That person that we become is largely based on the people we choose to surround ourselves with. Jim Rohn has a quote about this that's pretty much universally known at this point. We are the average of the 5 people we choose to spend the most time with. Basically, birds of a feather flock together. Who we hang around is who we become and what becomes of our life. We are the sum of the 5 people we hang out with most, the 5 people closest to us, the people we interact with every day. If those people are toxic, whiny, complain a lot, or are depressed, then we will turn just the same as them if we hang out with them for long enough. On the other hand, if those 5 people are successful, ambitious, and work hard, then we will be too. If your friends aren't going anywhere in life and you want to, then the quickest way to assure that that happens is to let those friends go and find others who are more aligned with your ambitions.
You surround yourself with people and your goals align to those other people. And unfortunately, most of the people we hang out with are friends and family who are not aligned with where we want to go. Who are your last 5 to 10 text messages? Those are most likely the people you're spending the most time with. And here's my question for you. Are those high performance people? Are those people trying to build $1 million business from scratch in the next 6 months? Are those people trying to get on the TED stage? Are those people looking to write a book? Are those people looking to change the world with their ideas? And here's the answer you're not going to want to hear. None of them are, because our friends and family almost by default are not going where we want to go. And so the first problem you have if you're not able to pull the trigger and get the results you want is you're hanging out with the wrong people, period.
This is why when we were younger, our parents were so concerned with who we were hanging out with. They knew that who we hang out with makes us who we become, especially at a young age. This absorption effect is so powerful that it even happens to physical traits, not just our mindset. If our friends are overweight or obese, then we're more likely to become overweight or obese.
They've shown that if you're eating with someone who's overweight, or if there are lots of overweight people around you while you're eating, you'll actually consume more. It's things we don't really notice consciously, I don't think, but they've shown have a big impact on how we behave. If someone in your close circle of friends, someone you would consider a good friend, gains a significant amount of weight, 10 pounds, your chance of gaining weight goes up by about 56%.
Find friends with the same interests, same goals, and same ambitions. A good rule of thumb to follow with this is 1/3 of the people we hang out with should be people who are better than us in some way. They've already achieved something in life that we want to achieve. It's really to our benefit to try and be the dumbest person in the room, not the smartest. When we see others around us pursuing goals and getting things done, it's very contagious. We just naturally want to keep up with them. This may be because of our ego, but that doesn't really matter. The only thing that matters is the fact that it happens. I really look at this quote as a matter of influence. We are subconsciously influenced by everything we do, all the actions we take throughout our day. With the advance in technology, for most of us, one of the people we spend the most time with is what's in our pocket. We are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with can also be interpreted as we are the average of the influences that we allow into our lives. It isn't necessarily just people that influence us. The music we listen to influences us, the TV we watch influences us, and the books we read influence us. You really kind of need to sit and break this down in your life. What kinds of shows are you watching every day? What kinds of YouTube videos are you watching every day? What kind of music do you listen to every day? And what kinds of things are you reading every day? And then ask if those are the things that will lead you to achieving whatever your goal you're trying to achieve. Just as an example, if someone's trying to learn how to become funnier, then they should mostly be watching stand-up comedy on TV. They should mostly be watching YouTube videos based around how to become funnier. and they should mostly be hanging around the funny people at their work and in their life. 80% of the things they're absorbing throughout the day should be based around becoming funnier. Things that would help them become funnier or give them opportunities to practice. And we can basically substitute funnier for anything. Smarter, adventurous, more successful, high fitness levels, have a good sense of nutrition. Any goal you choose, just make sure 80% of what you're absorbing throughout your day is stuff that will help you reach that goal, is based around that goal. It would be great to have a mentor for every single goal we have, and there's no denying we would reach that goal a lot quicker with a real life mentor, but in reality, most of us are too busy and too broke to get one. The good thing is, we don't really need real life mentors in today's age. We can have a choice of virtual mentors for free with things like YouTube, Facebook mastermind groups, and books. And one good thing we get out of having to choose a virtual mentor is the amount of choices it gives us. We can find someone who's highly successful in the goal we're going for, that thinks pretty much the same as we do and maybe even had a very similar situation to the one we have. And then we just consume their content from the perspective of being their student. Although this won't be nearly as impactful as being around them in person, it still most certainly does influence us. The whole idea of a mentor is you're supposed to just choose one and model them. It's not about having a coffee meeting once a week. Find a virtual mentor if you can't get one in real life.
No, I cannot be your mentor. I literally just had 35 different DMs that say, Gary, be my mentor. Over the last 2 or 3 years, the amount of people that have asked me to be the mentor, I don't have time to be your mentor. I'm actually mentoring you because it's all free. You don't need to pay me. You don't need to pay some other person that did good landing page optimization. There's unlimited free mentors on fucking YouTube.
It's pretty easy to brush this quote off because it's almost a cliche at this point, but we have to remember what it's saying. Every little thing we're doing throughout our day is influencing us. And the things we're doing for large amounts of time is what's influencing our behavior and our actions the most. The influence we get from the people we're hanging around will be the #1 contributing factor to our success or our defeat.
Say, birds of a feather flock together. You run around with losers, you will end up a loser. Unconsciously, you will pick up their ways, you will pick up their habits, you'll pick up, most importantly, their attitude about life. If you're around cynical, negative people all the time, you will become cynical and negative. So you got to watch yourself. Many of us are living out the lives of other people, living out their conclusions, living out of their consciousness.